What if the heartbreak and anxiety from your past relationships weren't just emotional wounds, but were actually wired into your brain? And what if I told you that you hold the power to literally rewire it? The science is showing us something incredible. A belief in something greater can influence your brain chemistry, helping you build the courage and resilience to finally find the love you deserve. Let's break down how. When you've been hurt in love, your brain doesn't just get sad, it goes on high alert. Every new relationship, every unanswered text, every moment of silence can feel like a threat. This isn't just you being dramatic, it's your biology. Your brain has learned that being vulnerable is dangerous. Think of these painful experiences as carving deep grooves or neural pathways in your mind. Every time you feel that familiar knot of anxiety, you're not going crazy. Your brain is just running an old protective program it learned from the past. This process floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol, keeping you in a constant state of fight or flight. That state makes it nearly impossible to build the trust and safety that real love needs to grow. You're trapped in a cycle where the very fear of getting hurt is what's keeping you from finding a true connection. So, how do we break free? This is where it gets fascinating. Scientists used to think our brains were more or less fixed after childhood, but now we know about neuroplasticity. It's a simple but powerful idea. Your brain can change. Your thoughts and behaviors can physically alter its structure. What you consistently focus on, you strengthen. This is where faith comes in. Faith isn't just a passive idea. It's an active practice that can literally reshape your neural pathways. When you engage in spiritual practices like prayer, meditation, or even just focusing on a belief in a loving, protective higher power, you start charting a new course in your brain. Pioneering research in the field of neurotheology shows that consistent spiritual practice can strengthen the parts of your brain associated with empathy and compassion, while calming the parts that trigger fear. Practices like prayer and meditation can reduce activity in the amygdala, your brain's alarm center. This helps lower stress hormones and makes you feel more calm and in control. You're essentially teaching your brain, it's okay. I am safe. I can be open. Faith doesn't just calm the fear centers, it can also activate the reward and connection centers of the brain. When you experience a deep spiritual connection, your brain can fire up the same circuits where oxytocin, often called the love hormone, does its work. Oxytocin is the same neurochemical involved in bonding mothers to their children and romantic partners to each other. Research has explored how oxytocin may increase feelings of spirituality and a sense that life has meaning. By engaging in faith practices, you're essentially priming your brain for connection. You're bathing your neural circuits in the very chemicals that foster trust, empathy, and social bonding. Faith can also influence dopamine, the neurotransmitter of motivation and reward. Instead of chasing the fleeting high of validation from a text message, faith can redirect that deep human desire towards something more profound and stable. This helps break the cycle of anxious attachment and builds a foundation of self-worth that isn't dependent on someone else. You learn to find joy and satisfaction in your own spiritual connection. which in turn makes you a healthier, more grounded partner. So, how do you actually apply this? It all starts with small, intentional steps. First up, practice gratitude. Seriously. Focusing on what you're thankful for shifts your brain away from fear and toward positivity. It's a form of prayer that has been shown to increase positive thinking. Next, take micro steps of faith. If you have social anxiety, don't try to become the life of the party overnight. Just take the small step of making eye contact with a stranger or saying hello to someone. These tiny acts of courage build new, positive neural pathways. And finally, find a community. You weren't meant to do this alone. Sharing your fears and hopes with a trusted group can lower cortisol and reminds you that you're part of something bigger. This is crucial for relational growth because it teaches you how to be vulnerable in a safe and supportive environment. Your past doesn't have to dictate your future. The anxieties and fears that have held you back from love are not a life sentence. They are simply well-worn paths in your brain that can be rerouted. Through the intentional practice of faith, you have the power to quiet the circuits of fear and light up the circuits of love, trust, and connection. You were designed for connection, and by aligning your spiritual beliefs with your daily actions, you're not just hoping for love, you are actively rewiring your brain to receive it. If this idea resonates with you, share this with someone who might need to hear it. And in the comments, tell us one small step of faith you can take this week to start rewiring your brain for love. Subscribe for more insights on how faith and science can work together to transform your life.